All right. So by now in the course, you're looking at this project. And this project actually was created by myself and with the work of some other faculty members that some of you have as instructors. And we've tried our best to get you to work on more or less a business proposal. You're going to see that you're not actually creating anything in this particular project. No, you're not going to go out and build a database. You're not going to build a functioning application. We save that excitement for you in follow-on courses. So let's talk about this. In Angel, you're going to see that there's the problem folder for Flix2You. And the actual problem document is down here, and it's a PDF file. And when you go to open it, I would hope that you've checked it out, and I would like you to ultimately, read it over. It's got a lot of instructions in there. You'll see the problem instructions, the problem introduction. So what is going on here now? For the better part of 8 years or so, there's this company out there called Flix2You. Flix2You is currently challenged by the economic times and changes in the industry, really, the media industry, and they're really trying to figure out their place in the world today. Their competitors would be a Redbox, a Netflix, maybe even the current form of Blockbuster, and whatever other companies that are out there that are streaming media for us to consume. Okay, the DVD, I think we all realize, is soon to go by the wayside, and we're going to see the role of downloading movies on demand become more popular than ever. Now, the one thing that is to Flix2U's benefit is that they are facing a problem that many companies today are facing. They are data rich and information poor. What does that really mean? It means that they've had a database system that they bought and then they installed. They really don't have a great IT support group. They hire who they need as consultants on, when the need arises to come in and maintain the server. So there's really not a good IT group. They used to have a lot of brick and mortar stores, but they've closed them all down for cost-cutting measures, and now they're relying more or less on their web presence and for people to create accounts and then download their videos. And they're also still using the mail-in service. So they have a database system that supports their enterprise. And like I said, they're data rich but information poor. They realize that if they don't analyze their data better, they're going to lose market share. And if they lose market share, they're going to go out of business. They're not going to be able to generate the revenue that they need to sustain themselves. So they're looking for a company like yours to come in and propose to them a solution that will allow them to make better use of their data and make them data rich and information rich. All right. So what you basically have laid out before you is the potential to produce one of 3 solutions for this particular company. Now make sure you do read through this problem document and see all the other information that's in there to help you formulate what's the best path. I will tell you right now, there is no correct or right or wrong solution. What's the first solution? You could currently take their server and their database as it is today and make some tweaks to it and try to improve its performance. You can also produce a solution whereby you could possibly produce or purchase another server with new software on it and then extract data on a scheduled basis for the purpose of reporting and reporting only. Because right now what they have is an operational database. An operational database is the type of system that basically supports the business functions, the day-to-day 24/7 business functions, whether it's warehousing, shipping, receiving, of course part of warehousing, all the logistics there involved, maintaining customers, ultimately supporting a website, an e-commerce type website, maybe even supporting now apps on the mobile market, or even supporting traditional desktop applications. So this is an operational database. Sometimes when you query an operational database, depending upon how it's designed, you can have a performance problem. People writing queries that churn the data and take great amount of time to produce some results can ultimately also impact the operational system. I mean, we've all encountered phone calls to help desk support groups or insurance company or anybody, and they'll say, oh, the system is running really slow today. Well, that could be for a variety of reasons. It could be a network issue, but it could also be a software issue. It could be a design issue. So this is where they are today with their operational database. You have the possibility or the potential to produce a solution that might be create a read-only database where you'll have them go in and do all this report writing. One of the new changes to this particular project is the advent of the dashboard. The owners of Flix2You would like for you to also incorporate a dashboard solution. What's a dashboard? Well, a dashboard is nothing more than a graphical means of conveying what the data is. So what you do is you have all this data, you get some people in from your operations side, and maybe they produce some analytics. Analytics that are supported by good metrics that allow you to understand what all this means. So you can see trending, what is the top rented video, who are the people that are renting certain genres, like say the 18 to 25-year-olds are all renting a lot of action and adventure, where you have the 35 to 55-year-olds who are renting more of these historical, grandiose venues or whatever it is. I don't know. But business owners want that data right at their fingertips, and dashboards have really stepped up because of the tablet market and so on to show it graphically, and they would like you to produce that kind of solution. So that's your second your second option. Your last option may also be just to take their current operational database and completely re-architect it on a new system designed to handle reporting and operational functions at the same time. There may be a fourth out there too. I won't throw that out there on the board today. Maybe your team will uncover that. Maybe some of you have that background, but I'll let you discover it. So 3 options are potentially out there for you to craft into your proposal. You're going to need to take into consideration any training issues. Are you going to train the users to do the report writing? Will the dashboard software require any training? What's the cost going to be? These definitely come with a variation of cost. But I will tell you this, though, when the Flix2You owners look at this particular solution, the big thing with cost that I've encountered in my career is that business owners don't mind spending the money as long as they know if they're going to make it back. And that's typically referred to as the ROI, or the return on investment. I'm not looking for any of you to put together any sophisticated models in that sense, but I would like you to give it some thought. Because in IT, we do need to know how this, if we put this system together that's going to cost $500,000 or $50,000 or $5,000, when is the company going to make that back? What value do we bring to the table if we introduce this? So they're saying if they have this new system that's going to give them better understanding of their data so they can expand market share, well, there's a cost associated with that, right? A revenue that they're going to see. How can you help them understand that? So there we are with that. You're going to need to take a look at some ethical uses of your data. Granted, it's not a legal course, but I would like to see some thoughts given as far as what kind of information privacy are we going to be doing. And in terms of the system, you're going to need to investigate some aspects of what are referred to as user views. But we have the back end, where the management and various levels of workers will have access to data. And you're going to have the front end, where the customers are going to come in and create some account. Of course, customers aren't going to be able to come in and query data that's not really theirs. But management might need to be able to get in there. I would think high-level management should have access to all the data. However, certain workers, maybe in the warehouse or in other areas, maybe they don't need to see certain aspects to all the data. Those are also issues with Flix2You. So there you have it. Flix2You is a business that's on the cusp. They've been around for 8 years, but they're struggling. They're really trying to leverage something that they have, and make it better and understand it better. And your company is going to help them do that. Will you succeed? That's the question. The Flix2You people have a lot at stake here, and they are willing to spend some money. But if they don't succeed here with this project, their company is going to go under. So that's it in a nutshell. If you have questions as you go along with Flix2You and you build this thing out, email me, and I'll be glad to answer it. I'll answer it in one of 2 ways, either as the instructor or as the Flix2You board member. And that goes for anybody else that's watching this video in the other sections. Your instructor is there as a resource, and I'm also available. They can easily point you to me, and we talk to each other a lot. Okay, there's Flix2You. Good luck.